Hi, I'm Ben Goertzel. I'm the CEO of SingularityNET, the blockchain-based AI platform, and I want to talk to you today about some of the things we're doing at SingularityNET and our spin-off project, SingularityDAO, using AI and decentralized finance together to help, build the future of technology. So I got into the blockchain space and the decentralized finance space sort of indirectly, you know, out of a desire to build AI, to build advanced artificial general intelligence systems and to build practical AI systems that would do good for the world in every respect and have a positive transformative impact. And I've been doing AI research and development for more than 30 years since the mid 1980s. I got my PhD in '89. I was an academic for 10 years. Been building AI systems in industry since the late '90s. This is far and away the most exciting time to be working on AI, right? I mean, a lot of ideas that have been around in the AI field since forever, they're now really starting to work, and they're starting to transform the world in all sorts of ways. And it's incredible to see, incredible to be a part of, and it also means we have to take really, really seriously sort of what are the broader implications of these AI systems that we're building and rolling out. And I mean, how are we gonna, militate toward beneficial outcomes for humanity using these AI systems, and how do we bias against the AI systems we're developing that are getting more and more powerful? How do we bias our future history against these AIs being used for bad purposes, against the broader interests of the human species, right? So this sort of thinking is what led me to found SingularityNet, right? So if you're just thinking about how to build smarter and smarter machines, this is largely a computer science. It's a problem. It's an algorithm problem. I have an approach called OpenCog, which is an open source project with a bunch of great developers. We're building a new version of OpenCog called OpenCog Hyperon, and I think we're working on the core algorithms that you need to make human-like general intelligence emerge in a computer system. But if you want your AGI system, your artificial general intelligence system that can reason, learn, and generalize and imagine and create like people, and ultimately even better, if you want your AGI system to be not only intelligent but beneficial toward human beings, then you have to think a lot more about not just what are the algorithms underlying your AI, but how is AI sort of interoperating and interpenetrating with the human world, right? And this is what led me to the intersection of AI and blockchain. I thought, well, wouldn't it be nice if instead of the world's AI firepower being controlled by a few large corporations and major government agencies, what if the world's AI firepower were controlled and guided in a decentralized and democratic way? And then you immediately come to blockchain, right? Blockchain is what lets you have a complex computer network that's not controlled by any central actor, but is controlled in a collective and participatory way by every human and every computational process participating in the network. That led to SingularityNet, right? So SingularityNet project formed in 2017 by myself and a number of partners, and we're using blockchain, currently the Ethereum blockchain, although we're in the process of porting most of the network to Cardano. We're using blockchain to enable a network of AI agents to coordinate and cooperate at solving problems in a decentralized way without any central controller. So there's an AI marketplace wherein anyone can offer an AI up for sale, and then anyone anyone can offer an AI services for subscription or sale, and anyone who needs AI services can request they be provided by any of the vendors on the network. So there's an AI marketplace enabled by SingularityNet. Then there are also tools to allow AIs to outsource work with each other and cooperate with each other to form sort of collective intelligence, where the intelligence of the whole exceeds the intelligence of the parts. And SingularityNet, I think, gives the framework, it gives the basis from which more and more advanced intelligence that has transformative impact on every vertical market and every area of human pursuit can be developed from the current state of highly valuable narrow AI toward the likely future state of increasing levels of general intelligence in a participatory, democratic, decentralized way. So I've talked about that a lot before. You can find other conference talks I've given on SingularityNet. What I want to delve into a bit now is a spin-off of SingularityNet called SingularityDAO, which is a decentralized finance project aimed at applying AI to provide increased liquidity and greater financial flexibility to low and mid liquidity altcoins. And I'm going to explain what SingularityDAO is, but I'm also going to explain how I came to the idea, which is by looking at the needs of the SingularityNet ecosystem, because I think some of the needs we've run up to in trying to grow SingularityNet into something really globally impactful in the AI space, we realize these are the same needs that are faced by many, many other technologists who are trying to grow their technology projects in the crypto space using utility tokens and tokenomic logic. So, SingularityDAO, it's an AI-powered DeFi system we created to meet the needs of the SingularityNet ecosystem and the blockchain ecosystem in general, in terms of creating a healthier, more robust path for utility token and tokenomics-based technology projects to grow and flourish. And I think this is a really important part of moving toward beneficial AI, moving toward decentralized AI, because in order to have beneficial decentralized AI, you need to have a lot of different projects that are run and masterminded by a lot of different brilliant people. You need to have all these different projects growing in a way that's healthy, both financially and technologically, and thus empowered to contribute to the global decentralized AI network. So yeah, with that intro, let me share my screen and go through a few slides that illustrate aspects of what I'm talking about here. So SingularityNet, I've already told you a fair bit about. We've gotten a bunch of attention in the media and in the technology world, and we've built what I think is a pretty robust and exciting community. I mean, we've spread the word about decentralized AI and what it is and why it's important. If you go to SingularityNet.io, you can find our blog, you can find links to YouTube videos and interviews. You can look at the code on our AI marketplace, or if you're a programmer, the software in our GitHub, you can join our Telegram community. And we've been working really hard to make this vision of decentralized AI not just a vision, but also a reality. And I'm going to talk now about some of the things we've done in that regard. I mean, the main thing is we've put the SingularityNet platform out there so that anyone on the planet who has an AI can put it out on the platform and reach anyone who wants to use their AI without depending on any big tech company or any centralized provider. But in addition, in order to maximize the growth of our network and the usage of our cryptographic token, which is used for payment, reputation rating, and other purposes on the network, the AGI token. In addition to putting the platform out there, we've created a bunch of what we're calling SingularityNet Layer 2, SL2 projects. So sort of standalone projects, some of which have their own tokens that interoperate with the basic AGI payment token that powers the SingularityNet ecosystem. We've created a number of ecosystem projects that use the core SingularityNet decentralized AI network for different purposes. And I want to talk a bit about, the things one needs to do to foster the growth of projects like these. So we're looking at SingularityNet as a basic decentralized AI platform into which tools like the OpenCog Neural Symbolic, AGI Toolkit, deep neural networks, decision forest, graph databases, any AI tool you can think of. These AI tools have been implemented and integrated, and then can be used in various vertical market applications to achieve interesting things, all back-ending on the decentralized SingularityNet AI network. So we have, say, Awakening Health is a project making nursing assistant robots, which have minds in the back end running on SingularityNet, and we're going to be rolling those out in a limited, insider preview version this fall, then more broadly next year. This can be transformative in the healthcare space. And the nursing assistant robot we built, whose name is Grace, we're viewing basically as the little sister of Sophia, the amazing robot from Hanson Robotics that my good friend and colleague David Hanson will tell you about in a few minutes. And I led the software team behind Sophia for 3.5 years before focusing my time more on SingularityNet starting in 2017-18. We also have a joint venture between SingularityNet and Hanson Robotics called SingularityDAO, which is focused toward open source software for controlling benevolent, compassionate humanoid robots, using these for arts, education, science, and other beneficial purposes. And you can see behind me now our Hanson Robotics lab, where our collaborative work on the Sophia DAO and Awakening Health is going on. I mean, the robot technology there is incredible, and the AI technology back-ended on SingularityNet is an equally critical part of making the robots really come to life. So we have a project, Singularity Studio, that's working on various enterprise AI applications back-ending on SingularityNet, including intelligent virtual assistants for various enterprise markets. True AGI is looking at building out the OpenCog Hyperon general intelligence toolkit in a decentralized way. It's sort of our answer to DeepMind and OpenAI, but using better algorithms, leveraging neural symbolic AI, and using a decentralized infrastructure. NewNet is democratizing the provision of compute power on every kind of device, from server farms to phones to laptops, and decentralized tokenomically provisioned compute power for decentralized AI applications. Rejuve applying decentralized AI on SingularityNet to life extension, biology, and medicine to help us all live long enough to live forever, live long enough for the singularity to revolutionize medical care with molecular nanotechnology and so forth. And Accelerando is bringing decentralized AI to media, so trying to prototype and showcase solutions to the mess that exists with centralized social media today, which is directing the global mind of humanity in so many undesirable directions. All of these projects are amazing. Like, they're all building on the underlying SingularityNet infrastructure. Most of them have their own tokens, as well as driving utilization of the AGI token. And I think this is what the future of the economy needs to be: a decentralized network of decentralized networks. Of course, there should be hundreds and thousands of these decentralized networks in the network of networks, this handful that are being created explicitly by, the SingularityNet ecosystem team, is a small minority of all the networks that need to be there in the great decentralized network. But these are important ones, and they help showcase what can be done with decentralized AI. And this is what's led us to SingularityDAO. So I mean, we're growing rapidly. I mean, AGI token is doing well, along with much of the crypto ecosystem now. We're branching out into the NFT space. We'll be releasing the Grace robot and intelligent virtual assistants. But this year we're in the midst of a port to the Cardano blockchain. And along with all this, we've recently done a sale of the governance tokens for the SingularityDAO project. And the point of SingularityDAO is really to apply AI-powered decentralized finance to help the growth path of young token-based projects. So among them, of course, projects like Rejuve or a NewNet or a Singularity Studio with their own tokens, which interoperate with and boost the AGI token behind the SingularityNET ecosystem, but also every other really cool utility token out there that's designed for a specific function and that's driving the growth of some amazing technology project built by some great technologists. So we need a more robust and intelligent financial system for altcoins, so that when altcoins are created, minted, launched in the initial DEX offerings or whatnot, then after that there's an intelligent way for the growth of these tokens to be fostered. And so what we did in SingularityDAO, we made a system where you can group baskets of altcoins, be they small, medium, high liquidity altcoins. You can group baskets of these altcoins into token sets, which are sort of like ETFs or dynamic asset sets called dynasets. And then machine learning and AI algorithms, they continually predict the success of the tokens within these sets and rebalance these sets. You can also stake the tokens connoting these token sets and get rewards for staking them. You can borrow the staked dynaset token sets and then use them in financial mechanisms and then repay them afterwards. So we're building a special kind of AI-powered derivatives ecosystem for baskets of lower liquidity utility tokens, right? So if we look at projects with their own specialized utility tokens, but relying on SingularityNET AI and the AGI token as layer 2 on the SingularityNET network and in the SingularityNET ecosystem, SingularityDAO is then something that can be used to help modulate, coordinate, and foster the growth of all such layer 2 tokenomic projects and any other promising altcoin projects that are out there in the world, right? So you can view this as a launchpad for launching new token projects and as a way for fostering the growth of existing tokenomic projects that need more liquidity or that just need more adaptiveness and intelligence in the way their token interoperates with the rest of the crypto ecosystem. So that's Singularity DAO. I think you can look at SingularityDAO.ai to dig into more of the particulars, but I'm really excited about this way of applying decentralized AI running on SingularityNET to boost the growth of AI networks built on SingularityNET and of all other tokenomic projects that are out there. This is one of the many cool things growing in the decentralized finance economy today. Thanks.